Of course, if you say Assalamu alaikum to them, non-Muslims, say, what are you speaking? At least hi. Hello. How are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I'm not saying go shovel his snow, rake his leaves, but this is the real brotherhood with Muslims first. Know your brothers around you, mingle with them, relate to them, be with them, help them when they need some help. Brotherhood and a sisterhood. Third foundation in Medina, what was it? The constitution that would govern the life of Muslims in one side and non-Muslims on the other side. Jewish tribes and Christians and godless, you name it. How we're going to communicate with those people? How we're going to deal with them? When someone is attacking Medina, who's going to defend Medina? When we have to develop some things in Medina, who's going to be participating? Who's going to be taking care of it? And say, okay, Muslim in one side, take care of this, and you non-Muslim be in your own. No. That's why in this country, constitution and the laws, follow it. Don't break it, no matter what. If you don't like it, go back home. And in the meantime, be involved at all levels. School board, city council, you name it. Neighborhood, co-workers, be involved in your children's education. Talk to their teachers, go to school, and this is the involvement, this is the community. This is how Prophet Muhammad ﷺ say, here's the constitution of Medina, here's our boundaries, here's our communication, here's our relationship with people around us, how we govern our life in Medina. That's why he ﷺ built the best community ever in Medina. From Mecca, Hijrah to Al-Madinah, there the masjid, number one, two, brotherhood, third, the constitution to govern the life. All right? Are you following the plan now? And then the second year of the Hijrah, what happened? The other part of the plan for the Muslim community to keep going and to be succeeding and to implement that plan Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had for them. I'll share it with you. لازلنا في لحاب المصطفى البر لا يبلى والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يموت كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون والتائبون الذنب كمن لا ذنب له ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأصلي وأسلم على رسول الله صلاة وتسليما يليقان بالحبيب المصطفى النبي المجتبى صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وتابعيه وتابعي تابعيه إلى يوم الدين. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, my dear sons and daughters, the future of Islam insha'Allah Rabbil Alameen. Wallahi subhanallah Rabbil Alameen, when I'm reviewing that plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the community, and flip the coin and look at our nations, countries, what kind of plan they have for their own people. Nothing. Zero. But the corruption, oppression, backwardness, dictatorship, no freedom, no democracy, no nothing. Ya Allah. Is this what 1.6 billion Muslims deserve from those so-called leaders around them? Here is the plan of Allah. Here is the plan of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In order to be the best nation ever. If we're following this, what happened in Syria would happen in Iraq, in Lebanon, in Afghanistan, in Gulf states, in Egypt, in Somalia, in African countries, everywhere. Why we're not following the plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in building our nations and our ummah and helping our people? Some other people, لا والله يعني ده انتوا نور عينينا ومسافة السكة هنكون عندكم. You're the light of our eyes and we'll do everything for you. And after a while you'll find it darkness of the darkness. ولا نور عينينا ولا نور هبابنا. ومسافة السكة يعني we need your help somehow, somewhere, because one of the countries or two or whatever they need help. Nothing to help, nothing. كله يعني propaganda and stuff. Here is the plan of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Second year of Hijrah in Al-Madinah, the rest of the plan. Muhammad, you will have something never happened before. You're facing Jerusalem for 16 months as your Qibla because you did not face Al-Kaaba before. Now it is time to face Mecca, Al-Kaaba. There. This is your Qibla for the Day of Judgment. But let's also think, if we're facing somewhere else Muslims or Muslim so-called leaders, if you're facing somewhere, anywhere, go back to your direction. For how long we're going to face all of those instead of Al-Bayt Al-Haram, البيت الأبيض والبيت الأسود والبيت الأحمر والبيت الأزرق والبيت الأصفر. Instead of Baytullah, the house of Allah, we're facing White House, Red House, Yellow House, Purple House, you name it, subhanallah. It is time to face Baytullah. Baytullah were established by Ibrahim and Ismail. فَوَلِّ وَجْهَكَ شَطْرَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ. It's not only in the prayer, but there, in order to learn our deen from Allah coming there. وَالْحَجَرِ الْأَسْوَدِ there, the black stone, by the way, when it came down from the heaven down to earth, it was the white stone. But it became black because of the sins of people. What we're facing? What is our direction? It is one and only one. Wherever you are, whatever the location you're in, whatever the country you're living in, whatever the nation you belong to, this is your direction. No other direction. It is Allah's direction. It is Allah mighty. It is Allah authority. It is Allah power. Don't go anywhere. Don't face anywhere. That's why the changing of the Qibla during the month of Sha'ban, second year of Hijrah. But don't forget Jerusalem. Don't forget Palestine. Those three dots, those three countries, those three capitals got to be connected. Mecca and Medina and Al-Quds. Mecca and Medina and Al-Quds. Triangle has to be connected. But we forget about Palestine and Palestinian issue. Ya Allah. Al-Qibla. Second thing happened during the month of Sha'ban. You have La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, first pillar of Islam. You have As-Salah. Now As-Siyam. Third pillar, fasting. Down to dust. No drink, no food. Hungry. To torture yourself? Or it's a kind of very severe punishment? La wallahi. Have the self-discipline. Work on yourself for a while. Feel for those who are hungry and thirsty, who are by the end of the day never find a piece of bread to eat or a sip of fresh water to drink. Feel for them. Help them. Month of Ramadan. The month of ibadah, the month of salah, the month of qiyam, the month of dua, the month of the zakah. Ramadan. Are we ready for it? Be spiritually, mentally, emotionally and psychologically to welcome it, to celebrate it, to practice the best of the practice ever during this month. Subhanallah. Ramadan. We're happy, we're so excited, but I wish that, and I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this happiness and this pleasure would be translated when we're practicing the month of Ramadan. Not in the middle of the day, oh my God, it's too hot, I'm so thirsty, I'm about to break my fasting, I can't stand it anymore. Or I'm so hungry. Or I'm so tired. Be a man. Stand it. Be up into it. Say, I can do it. And no problem, unless there is sickness or illness or traveling. There are some excuses. We can do it. But as an act of worship to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Siyam. Another wonderful thing happened during the month of Sha'ban, the second year of Hijrah. Look at the plan. And this would be it, Ya Allah? No. We have another thing. For the month of Sha'ban, we're going to implement it in you. We're going to prescribe it in you. Zakah. Money. Your charitable contribution. Month of Ramadan, X amount of money. $10 per person in the household. Zakatul mal, or saving money, 2.5% of your accumulative saving in the bank. Pay it to those who are in need. Or those 8 categories of spending the zakat to them. And do it in the month of Ramadan, during the month of Ramadan. Wallahi, when that 4th pillar of Islam prescribed our Muslims in Al-Madinah at that time, along with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, many of the Sahaba did not even have food to eat. I'm not talking about money. Food to eat. And some of them would go out of their houses looking for food, and when they meet each other and they look at each other and say, why you're out here at that time? Say, oh, I'm for something. And the other one would say, yeah, I'm for something too. And they never share with us, they are outside to look for some food to eat. The Sahaba of Rasulullah. And now, Ya Allah, zakah, to pay money from what you own. We don't have money, Ya Allah. We don't. Where we can get it from? Whoever has should and must give away for those who don't have. This is the way. This is the way. For Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, the poorest of the poor. The poorest of the poor. Yet zakah. Yet zakah. Why, Ya Allah? لِتُزَكِّيهِمْ, to purify them, to nominate them before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be the best ever. خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُزَكِّيهِمْ وَتُطَهِّرُهُمْ بِهَا. Nominate them to be the best in the eyes of Allah, the sight of Allah, and to purify them from the sins they have done previously, the zakah, and to help those who are in need, to close the gap between rich and poor, between rich and poor, filthy rich and poor. In some countries, Muslim countries, your children there are dying out of hunger, dying out of thirst, dying out of lack of medication. Some parents, wallahi, in front of the door of their masajid, they bring their children and say, here is my children, 2 of them, 3 of them, 5 of them, for sale. Whoever would like to buy my children, take care of them, take them. In Muslim countries. In Muslim countries. Don't we have the resources? We do. Don't we have the money? We do. Don't we have the food? We do. But who is in control of all of it? Those who don't care. Who do care only about their pockets and their bank account and their investment and their business. And those who are dying out of hunger, out of thirst, out of the lack of medication, they don't care about them. In millions within the Muslim countries. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. We have our golden opportunity during the month of Ramadan. Invest with Allah as much as we can. Don't be stingy. Be so generous, so kind. To sustain our masjid, come forward. Pay for the poor, come forward. Those who are in need, come forward. Give generously. أما نقص مال من صدقة. Your money, your wealth never be decreased of the charitable contribution you're giving away to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and those people who are waiting for it, subhanallah. You see that wonderful plan of Allah? Did you see it in 15 years what happened? But I challenge, wallahi, from here, from this podium, from Masjid Al-Iman, any authority in the whole world, any government in the whole world, any people who are in charge in the whole world, and implement that plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those 15 years, and you will see what kind of country you have, what kind of people you will have. Just implement it, literally, and you will see. But some people say, Islam, enough. Deen, 1400 years ago, no. But bring the other fun ones around you. Okay? The artists and the singers and those who are in the interest of the investment and money and so on and so forth, حاشية السلطان يعني. The surrounding corrupt people around the leaders. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Those 15 years of planning to prepare Muslims under the leadership of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam for one major thing to happen. Muhammad, second year of the Hijrah, this coming Ramadan, Siyam is prescribed upon you, Zakat is prescribed upon you. On the 17th of Ramadan, Muhammad, you will be in the first major battle of Islam. Non-believers would be fighting you. Those who are against Islam would love to kill you first. All the Sahaba second. Eradicate Islam from the face of earth. In that battle of Badr. 17th of Ramadan. You be ready. La ilaha illallah is there. Salah is there. Siyam is there. Zakah is there. Now the battle is there, the jihad for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why when they went to this battle, in number 315, while the mushrikeen, the non-believers, 1,000. Muslims less equipped, less in everything. But for the other camp, the other party, the other non-Muslims, anyone would have any simple calculation of military, they would say they are victorious. Yet they are defeated miserably. Why? Because on the side of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba Ridwanullah alayhim ajma'in, Malaika, the angel was fighting with them. Why? Because they understand that plan of Allah and they implemented, and they were about to say, yes, we abide by it. That's why they were victorious. We have many battles today to fight. Do you think we'll be able to be victorious? We're defeated everywhere, wallahi. Why? That plan is not there. I may ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the remaining days of Sha'ban and the coming month of Ramadan to be a wonderful wake-up call for those who are in power to say, now we can do some of this plan for our people. And for us living in this land, to understand that plan, comprehend it, and apply it. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين اللهم انصر من نصر أمة محمد واجعلنا منهم واخذل من خذل أمة محمد ولا تجعلنا منهم اللهم ول أمورنا خيارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا اللهم ارحم موتانا اللهم ارحم موتانا وفك أسرانا واشف مرضانا وكن لنا ولا تكن علينا إلهي هذا حلنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا ظاهر بين يديك فعاملنا بالإحسان إذا الفضل منك وإليك واختم لنا بخاتم السعادة أجمعين عباد الله إن الله يأمركم بثلاث وأنهاكم عن ثلاث إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزيدكم قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله واستودعكم الله